Don't you wish your handhelds could be a little bit more... Hi, I am Chris, aka Plastic, and welcome to the Pocket Legion. Today we're going to be taking a look at the swarm of handhelds, which is the Sifteo Cubes. So these are a wonderful little curiosity that I picked up on Amazon about a year ago for about $30. I actually had no idea what they were, but I had seen a few little handheld toys where the blocks kind of communicated to each other. So it was kind of an impulse purchase, and then I got them and I started researching into them. The unfortunate thing was, once I started researching into them, was I discovered that you can't actually use these anymore, not in this state. So the Sifteo Cubes were designed by a chap called Ted Merrill, who's a smart fella. He came out of MIT. He's been featured by TED. He's been featured in Discovery Channel and by Wired. And he's kind of a smart cookie. And these were actually a Kickstarter campaign. These are the V1 Sifteo Cubes, and there's a V2 that came afterwards. Now, these are all perfectly well functioning, but the problem is the website that's down that allows you to create an account, which means that you can actually play with them. I'm working actually with a couple of guys to figure that out at the moment, so we'll probably do an update at some point where we can actually see games on these. But let's take a look around what you got. Now, ultimately, in 2009, 2010, when these came out, the fact it was $150 for these and they were kind of a niche product ultimately killed them within a couple of years. There was a V2 product which required you didn't need a computer, but again, they didn't really pick up too much, so that kind of killed them. But anyway, yeah, so what did you get for your money on the Kickstarter campaign? Really, really lovely box with little raised graphics all over it. And the idea behind these guys is that they can sense each other and kind of the environment around them. They sense rotation, shaking, button presses. Let's have a look inside the box. So anyway, there's a nice logo there. Serial numbers for each of the units inside. The website, which you cannot go to anymore, unfortunately. They're made in China, and all the usual CE marks. Okay, cool. So let's get inside this box. So, I mean, this is an absolutely beautiful package. I mean, I think had you invested in these at the time, they would have been a really, really nice thing to have. It's a nice foam tile with a window in it. The quick start guide. So we have a charging station, plug and play, connectivity, and then download the games from the website. Put that aside. So what's this guy? It's our charging station. Okay, so this is what you'd plug into the mains and where you'd store your Sifteo Cubes. You see they plug in there. Really neat little charging dock. Oh, and there's a little storage space there for the USB dongle. And then, yeah, rules, regulations. Let's put that off here to the side. Let's put that there. Okay, here's our Sifteo Cubes. And then in here we have mains and the dongle. And like I say, for the V1, you needed this dongle because the cubes have to be sort of synchronized and fed from the computer. That's how you get the games on there. Okay, cool. So let's just put that away, as we won't be using that today. Now, like I say, I'd recently got these out, charged them up, and tested them. And what I found was they connect to the computer really easily. The dongle and everything works perfectly. And I even managed to find the Sift Runner software on one of the darker spots of the interwebs, where I was able to actually connect the cubes to the computer. Now, we hold down for 2 seconds and we can see right there, they've turned on. And I've given these a little bit of a charge. So you can see on the screen themselves, they've got a little bit charged up. They're not connected to their dongle right now, and there's the logo. The cubes are really solid. They're heavy, they're made of high quality plastic. They're the charging docks, and then they have their usual CE marks and stuff on them. And if we just press the button again, they kind of go into demo mode. Okay, so you can see if you push these guys together, they recognize each other. You can shake them, and they do stuff, but this isn't very exciting. So I have a little bit of stock footage that I'm going to play for you while we're having a look at these. There's an absolute ton of games available. Everything from adventures, RPGs, puzzle games. And it's such a shame right now I can't get this working, but we're going to do a little update in the near future. As soon as I can get the registry hacks required to make my computer think it has an account. You can see that they just touch and rotate and they go together, and it would have been a really, really cool thing to have. And it's an excellent package for kids, for learning, for programming. I think what killed these ultimately was the fact they were about $50 a cube, and you could buy updates. The actual charging dock here comes with space for 6, and you get 3 in the packet, so they just sit in neatly like this. And then you just plug this into the mains. Sifteo Cubes, you're gone before your time. It is time to judge you. Sifteo Cubes, you're going to fit inside the pocket of judgment, no problem at all. Here we go. But you are going to rattle around, be sat on, get scratched up. You're going to be a bit of a mess. Sifteo Cubes, I'll give you a rating of more than the sum of your parts. This week, to celebrate Mysterious Cubes, we are going to be giving away cogs. Slide, rotate, and scale your way to victory. Thanks for liking, commenting, and sharing. Until next week, keep your pockets stuffed.